Good morning, students. In the previous lecture, I delivered production possibility curve, which I told is simply a curve which shows the combination of two goods that an economy can produce with the help of given resources. Now, there are some important points which are very much related to the production possibility curve that I am going to discuss in front of you today in today's lecture. Let me first write those points which I am going to discuss in front of you, which are very much related to production possibility curve. First point, that is shifting of production possibility curve. I have already told you that production possibility curve, we write it PPC, production possibility curve. Number two, rotation of PPC, production possibility curve. Then we have one more concept related to this production possibility curve that we called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. Okay, these are the three topics of the same unit, that is Introduction to Economy, which I am going to discuss with you. Now first, recall your previous lecture, that is we were talking about the production possibility curve. I will give you one more schedule, production possibility curve schedule. Here I may write the production possibility curve schedule, production possibility curve schedule table, in the sense that you may understand the things properly. First it is combinations. Then say we are producing commodity X, we are producing commodity Y. Say our combination is A, B, C, D, E, F and G. Now the commodities which we are producing, say for example 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then commodity Y, say 21, say 20, say 18, say 15, say 11, say 6 and say 0. Okay. If we pull out the data on the graph paper, we will get simply a curve that is known as production possibility curve. Again, when we produce this combination, we are producing 0 of X, we are producing 20 Y units of Y commodity. When we are producing Y, we can produce this. When 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we are able to produce 18, 15, 11, 6, 0 respectively. It simply shows that when you are going to increase the units of commodity X, then we have to decrease the units of commodity Y, simply because our resources are given. They are limited. So an economy, when it produces one, it has to reduce other. Now let's pull out the same data on a graph, and we will get a curve which we called production possibility curve. On that production possibility curve, I will show you the next things which are related with production possibility curve. Okay, this is our y-axis. This is our x-axis. This is y-axis. Let's consider on y-axis we are measuring, say, good Y, and along this we are measuring good X. Okay. If we pull out the same data, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 and 21. Counting 3 is 3, 6, 9, 5, 9, 12, 15, 18 and 21. Okay, if we pull out the data on this graph, we get a curve which may be in this shape. Say for example this. And this curve we called production possibility curve. I have already told you that it slopes downwards from left to right. Why? I have explained the reason. Then it is concave to the origin, that you also know why the production possibility curve is concave to the origin. Let's come to those pointers which I am going to discuss with you tomorrow. That is first, shifting of production possibility curve. When we say shifting, it means two things. Production possibility can shift to the right. Production possibility curve can shift to the left of the previous or the original production possibility curve. So shifting can be of two types. It can be rightward shifting. First I may draw the rightward shifting of the production possibility curve. Then I may show you the leftward production possibility curve. Suppose this is what we call first shifting, maybe rightward shifting of production possibility curve. Then leftward production possibility curve. Say the another shifting of production possibility curve may be like this. Say this is P and P, this is P1, say this is P2 and P2. Now we have three production possibility curves. This is the original production possibility curve. This is the rightward shifting of production possibility curve. This is the leftward shifting of production possibility curve. Now the question is, why sometimes we see in the economy the production possibility curve shifts to the right, sometimes it shifts to the left. So that means shifting of production possibility curve. Now the question is, why this production possibility curve shifts to the right, why this production possibility curve shifts to the leftwards or shifts to the left of the original production possibility curve. I will give you the reasons and I will explain those reasons. The reason is for rightward shifting. Rightward shifting. Rightward shift. The first reason for this is, the first reason for rightward shifting of production possibility curve is availability of new equipment. This is first reason. Number second is increase in skilled and unskilled. Skilled and unskilled labor force due to population growth. Number three, discovery of new resources. And number fourth, better technology better technology by the work of scientists and engineers. Okay, now let me explain all those one by one. Rightward shift, when production possibility curve shifts to the right, that means we are able to produce both of y and both of x. See, at this we were able to produce 21 of this and say 6 of this or 0 of this. Then now we are able to produce 24 of this and more of this, say from this to this or say from this to this. So why we are able to produce more of the resources? That is simply because of availability of new equipment. Suppose we are working in agriculture, we are working in industries with the help of some equipment. Now there is more equipment available in an economy. These equipments may help us to produce more and more goods and services out along this production possibility curve, or simply we can say availability of equipment helps us to produce more of good X and good Y. Then increase in the skilled and unskilled labor force due to population growth. This is one more important factor why the production possibility curve shifts to the rightwards, simply because when there is population explosion, when there is population growth, there may be more laborers in the form of skilled laborers, in the form of unskilled laborers. When we have more labor force, we can produce more goods and services in the economy. This is another reason of shifting of production possibility curve. Then discovery of new resources. This is one more thing. Suppose an economy has discovered new resources in the form of minerals, in the form of coal mines, in the form of gold mines, etc., whatsoever it is. Then when you produce more resources, you are able to produce more goods and services in the economy. That is why we consider that discovery of new resources forces an economy to produce more goods and services, and that forces the production possibility curve to shift to the rightwards. Then better technology by the work of scientists and engineers. This is one more important thing. Then in every economy we have scientists, we have engineers, we have other statesmen, etc., who are working for the upliftment, for the development of the economy. When there is better technology, now we have more and more sophisticated technology in an economy. By that technology we can produce more and goods and services in the economy. That all these factors force the production possibility curve to shift to its right side, which we call the rightward shift, and in economic terms we called it economic growth. So the question may be in the examination, what is economic growth? Show the economic growth with the help of the production possibility curve. So you can drop source to original, then this you can say this is economic growth. Now we have one more shift of production possibility curve, that is leftward shift of production possibility curve. Leftward shift of production possibility curve. Okay, this leftward shift of production possibility curve simply shows that now in an economy, with the help of the given resources, the resources have decreased, we are able to produce less of X and less of Y. Now what are the reasons behind this? Why we are able to produce in an economy less of good X and less of good Y? I will write them on the board and later on I will explain them that this was rightward shift. Now say leftward shift of production possibility curve or production possibility front right भी बोलते हैं. Even some economists are of the view that it is also known as transformation line. Okay, the first one is wear and tear. Wear and tear. Wear and tear of machinery or breakdown of machinery. Breakdown of machinery. This is number one. number 2 I am going to write, that is saturation. Saturation of economic resources. Then number 3, non-availability of equipments. And number 4th and last is due to obsolete technology. Okay, these are the factors which are responsible for the leftward shift of production possibility curve. Now I will explain them one by one. Wear and tear or breakdown of machinery. It simply means when we in the process of production process, there is wear and tear, which we call technically in economics depreciation of machinery or breakdown of machinery. When the machinery gets wear and tear, then we are able to produce less out of that machinery. That is next, saturation of economic resources. That means when the economic resources, whatever we have in the economy, all the economic resources have been utilized by an economy. Now we have no more resources by which we can produce, we can utilize the resources, and we can produce more and more goods and services out of the resources. But there is saturation, simply means now there is no resource available for the economy. Then we have non-availability of equipment. This is one more problem which forces the economy to produce less of capital goods or to produce less of consumer goods. That is non-availability of equipment. जब हमारे पास क्या problem होती है, what is actually the problem? That is we haven't too much equipment that can be utilized for the production purposes. Lastly, due to the obsolete technology, simply means when your technology becomes out of date, when your technology becomes traditional, then we are able to produce what we call less of both consumer goods and capital goods, and say simply commodity X and commodity Y. And this we call economic growth, this we call leftward, this we call underutilization. Any point on this curve is underutilization, utilization of resources. Any point on this curve shows underutilization of resources. Any point of this curve shows full utilization of resources. Any point on this curve shows growth of resources. We consider this is economic growth, this is what is the actual situation in the economy, and this is underutilization of economic resources. So this is the first chapter, our first topic related to this today, that is shifting of production possibility curve. Now the next, that is rotation of production possibility curve. Now I will show you how the production possibility curve rotates towards x-axis or how it rotates towards y-axis, that we called rotation of production possibility curve. Now next related to this production possibility curve is rotation of production possibility curve. I have already told you that it can rotate, production possibility curve can rotate towards x-axis or it can rotate towards y-axis. I will frame the diagram and later on I will explain the rotation of the production possibility curve, and I will show you the reasons why this production possibility curve rotates towards x-axis and why it rotates towards y-axis. Suppose this is our graph. On this we produce, say, consumer goods, and on this y-axis we measure capital goods. Okay, now say for example this is our production possibility curve. PP is our production possibility curve. I have already told you that sometimes what is meant by rotation of production possibility curve, it rotates towards x-axis, it rotates towards y-axis. First, I will show how it rotates towards x-axis. This is one what we call rotation of production possibility curve. Production possibility curve, sorry. Now, what happens in the economy? What technology we are utilizing in the economy? The technique in producing capital goods remains the same. And what in economy happens? Technique in producing consumer goods increases. When this is the situation in the economy, that the technique or the way of producing consumer goods is developing, there is improvement in the technique of production of consumer goods, then this production possibility curve can rotate towards x-axis. That is, the first production possibility curve was PP. Now the next production possibility curve will be P dash, okay, a P1. So this means first rotation of production possibility curve. That means when it rotates from towards x-axis, and it is simply because when you are able to produce more of x and same goods of y commodity. This is one type of rotation. Next type of rotation, sometimes the production possibility curve rotates towards the y-axis. What happens at that time? The production possibility curve remains same on x-axis, but it makes a shift towards y-axis. Then the production possibility curve will be P1, and it rotates towards y-axis simply because we are able to produce more of y and same of x because of the improvement in the technology of capital goods, and the technology remains same in producing what we called consumer goods. So this is rotation. First it was shifting, then it is rotation. Sometimes in the examination the question may be like this: can two production possibility curves intersect each other? Explain. This type of question you may find in your examinations. So it confuses you whether two production possibility curves can intersect each other or not. You can say yes, two production possibility curves can intersect each other simply. Now the question is why? I am saying you that two production possibility curves can intersect each other. That simply means this may be another production possibility curve. Say this was PP, now this is P dash. Okay. Then the production possibility curve, two curves intersect at point A. Now the question is, why these two production possibility curves intersect each other? Let's consider. For example, I am going to show you how these, let us say, for example, we were producing consumer goods, we were producing capital goods with the given resources. I have already told you that when we draw the production possibility curve, we have to assume something is that I have already told you, but just to take, but we are only producing two goods, our resources are given, technology is same, etc. Then if suppose say there is absolute technology in producing capital goods. Absolute means out of date. The technology is becoming out of date. The technology is becoming traditional. The technology is becoming absolute. Then with the same resources, we are able to produce less of capital goods. So the production possibility curve may shift, may transfer from P to P1. And we are in a position that in producing consumer goods, we have better technology, we have improved technology, then production possibility curve can produce more of consumer goods, it can show more of consumer goods, and it will shift or it will change its position from P to P1. So then it simply means two production possibility curves can intersect each other simply because in producing capital goods, our technology becomes absolute. In producing capital goods, our technology becomes sophisticated, or our technology becomes very much developed. Then we are able to produce more of this, and we are able to produce less of this. If this is the situation in the economy, then two production possibility curves can intersect each other. Now we have last concept related to this production possibility curve that we called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost, if I will define it, I can define it in one word. That is, I can simply say opportunity cost means opportunity lost. Have you understood now? Opportunity cost means opportunity lost. Now see, suppose a farmer has piece of land. Say 1 canal of land a farmer has, or say a farmer has 2 canals of land or 3 canals of land. Let's, for the sake of simplicity, say a farmer has 2 canals of land. The land can be used to produce 3 things. Say it can be used to produce what we call wheat. It can be used to produce rice. It can be used to produce maize. Okay, these are the 3 things which can be produced on this piece of land. If now the farmer has decided to produce rice, when he produces rice on this land, the total income generated by the landlord, say it is equal to rupees 10,000. Okay, rupees 10,000. And if the farmer produce the wheat on the same piece of land, then his total income he is going to generate, total production he is going to generate will be equal to rupees 9,000. And if he has decided to produce maize on this piece of land, then the total production will be equal to rupees 8,000. This we called opportunity. Now let's try to understand what is meant by this marginal opportunity cost. Let's try to understand what is meant by this marginal opportunity cost. So when the farmer produces only rice on this piece of land, the next opportunity is 9,000 rupees or 8,000 rupees. So this means the farmer has 2 more opportunities. That simply means he has sacrificed wheat, he has sacrificed maize and produced rice. So we can say the opportunity cost means the opportunity loss. I can give you one more example. Suppose there is a student who has completed his graduation in 2012, MBA, or he has done economic honors, or he has done MBA or BCom, etc., whatsoever it is. Now he has got a job in any bank, commercial bank, and he is getting rupees 20,000 per month as salary. That means per year he will get into 12, that means he will get 2,40,000 rupees per year. Now, the same candidate or the same student has also got admission in any university for making. Here I will repeat. Let us first say he is graduate, because I have said graduate. Then he is BBA and is working in a bank. We are getting rupees 20,000 per month. That means his total income for the year becomes 2,40,000. Now the same candidate has applied for MBA. and after doing MBA he may get another job that may pay him more. Now see, if he is going for the MBA and it takes at least 3 years or 2 years to complete his MBA degree, he has left the job and decided that he will go for the MBA. That means how much he has lost? 2,40,000. 2,40,000. This means he has sacrificed 4,80,000 rupees in order to get MBA degree. This we call opportunity cost. So we define opportunity cost means opportunity lost. One more cost lastly, that is number 4th related to this opportunity cost is marginal opportunity cost. Marginal opportunity cost, and it is also written as MOC, marginal opportunity cost. Now first, before proceeding towards this opportunity cost, marginal opportunity cost, let us try to understand marginal. In economics, the marginal has assumed great importance in nowadays. Marginal means the additional. Marginal in economics means additional. Additional in the sense, suppose a person is very hungry, he has decided to get some bread from the market. When he consumes, say, first piece of bread, his utility is 40. Okay, when he second, his utility becomes 50. When he third, his utility becomes 60. Now see, when he consumes next is marginal. When he consumes third, a third one becomes the marginal. So in economics, marginal means what we call the additional. Now you might have got the concept, the definition of this opportunity cost. I will give you one more. Opportunity cost does simply means the value of one commodity, in terms of the other commodity. That is, when you are producing rice, how much you have sacrificed. You have sacrificed wheat, you have sacrificed maize, etc. This we call the opportunity cost. And if we say the marginal opportunity cost simply means when you have decided to produce more of X and less of Y, how much units you have sacrificed in order to produce another unit, that we called the marginal opportunity cost. I will show you it again with the help of the previous example that I am going to write down here. Please concentrate on this diagrams on this table so that you may understand the things properly. Say again, we have combination C, we have capital goods, say CG, we have consumer goods, say CG dash. Again, combination we have A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Consumer goods we are producing, say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. Capital goods we are going to produce 15, 14, 11, then it is 8, then it is 4, then it is 0. Sorry, late. 15, 14, 1, 2, then it is 3, then it is 1, 15, 14, 12, 9, then it is 4, 5 and then it is 0. Sorry, this is 15, 14, 12, 9 and 5, and you will understand the marginal opportunity cost with the help of this. See, when we produce 1 unit of consumer goods, we are what we call sacrificing 1 unit of capital goods. Then when we produce 1 more unit of this, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, when we produce 1 more unit of consumer goods, we have to sacrifice 2 units of capital goods. When we produce 1 more unit of consumer goods, we have to sacrifice 3. The rate at which the sacrifice, how many units you are sacrificing in order to produce what? In order to produce consumer goods, that we called the marginal opportunity cost. So if we measure the marginal opportunity cost here, it is simply 15 minus 14, that is equal to 1. 14 minus 12, that is equal to 2. Then we have 12 minus 9, that is equal to 3. Then we have 9 minus 5, that is equal to 4. And we have 5 minus 0, that is equal to what we called 5. Is it okay? This is marginal opportunity cost. So when we define marginal opportunity cost, it means how many units of one commodity you are sacrificing in order to produce 1 unit of the another commodity. So this we called marginal opportunity cost, and in the technical terms in economics, this we called marginal rate of transformation. Marginal rate of transformation, and this marginal rate of transformation is equal to delta loss divided by delta gain. Now see, the formula for measuring marginal rate of transformation or marginal opportunity cost, because I have already told you that marginal opportunity cost is technically known as marginal rate of transformation. Delta loss, we have loss in capital goods. The loss change is 1 divided by, change is 1 divided by change in gain, that is 1. 1 divided by 1 is equal to 1. Then we have change from 14 to 12, the change is equal to 2. That means delta loss is 2 divided by delta gain, that is 1, that is equal to 2. And then we have delta loss is 3 divided by delta gain, that is 1, is equal to 3. Then we have 4 divided by 1 is equal to 4. Then we have 5 divided by 1 is equal to 5. So this we called marginal rate of transformation, or we called this marginal rate of. This marginal rate of transformation is increasing. That is why we are saying, I have already told you, that this production possibility curve slopes downwards from left to right, simply because number first is it slopes downwards from left to right. That is, when in an economy, when we have given resources, then when you want to produce 1 of X and 1 more of unit of one commodity, you have to sacrifice another unit of another commodity. So this situation forces this production possibility to slope downwards from left to right. Next, the production possibility curve is concave to the origin, simply because of this rate, the rate of sacrificing or the marginal rate of transformation is increasing. If this marginal rate of transformation will be constant, say for example it may be 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, then your production possibility curve will be a straight line. It may be like this. If the marginal rate of transformation will be decreasing, say for example it may be equal to 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then your production possibility curve will be convex to the origin. But actually what is happening in the economy, marginal rate of transformation, it is always in an increasing order. So the production possibility curve is what we called concave to the origin, and it slopes downwards from left to right. That is all about production possibility curve, and that is all about unit number 1, which contains 4 marks in your examination, board examination. If you have any question regarding this, I will write my phone number. You can call me. The phone number is 99064 58479. Thank you very much.